Hello. In this video I want to take all the stuff we discussed up until now and apply it to your business in terms of developing a business one thing plan. I have two templates I use for this, and much of this video in fact you're going to be looking at slides and templates as I talk you through them. The first is a one-page template and my preferred format, and the second is a series of slides, and it's useful for presentation, particularly if you're doing this as a team in a company where you're having monthly peer reviews and you want people to be able to stand up and present their one thing plans and their progress on them. We know that success comes from articulating some very, very clear objectives, from focusing on those objectives and doing them reasonably to moderately well, consistently, in noticing what happens, getting feedback, learning, noticing what happens when we implement them, when we try and make them happen, reflecting on this, modifying the plan, and going again. The one thing planning model that I use is a work in progress model. It's a living, walking, talking, breathing model. And I want you to start by thinking about a wall. Think about a white wall. And think about three sections on the wall. The first section is called research. Any research that you do that helps inform you, educate you on what's happening in the marketplace, competitive analysis and so on. Imagine it all up there on the wall. Imagine the second section called results. And up there you've taken your research and you've articulated in terms of results, saying, like, what does this teach us? What have we learned from this? And you get all that information up there on the wall. And the third is called your plan. And imagine your plan being a simple model up on the wall, written in marker. And every day, week, month, you and your team get together and you look at this plan and you sit back and you discuss this plan. And you discuss what you're trying to do this week and this month, this quarter, this year. You discuss the big goals. Say, does this make sense? Is this right? Does this resonate with us? Does our hedgehog make sense? Is our vision and our values and our mission, are they clear? Do our strategic goals make sense? And you sit back and say, no, actually you don't. And somebody takes a marker and somebody walks up and rubs something off and changes it. I want you to think of it like that. Think about this as a living plan that can be changed. It's as much about thinking strategically as it is about planning. Now, the first model I want to show you is this one-page model. And you'll see in the model that it is quite comprehensive in terms of it tries to include all the things that we've discussed in the video series to date, all of them on one page, which is quite an accomplishment, I think. If you can get it all down, I think you'll be doing pretty well. There are three parts to it. The first one is called the Business Hedgehog. The second one is called Inside Out. And the third one is called what is the one thing I can do such that by doing it, everything else will be easier or even unnecessary. So let's start at the top. Let's start with the hedgehog. You can see here there are three parts to our hedgehog, as we know. There is why, passion, how, world-class talent potential, and what, our economic driver or our denominator. And you can see here I've called this ABC Company 1, 2, 3 plan, but in fact I've extracted pieces from my own company's plan and I've put it in here as a working example, certainly for part of it, so you have a sense of how it flows. So you can see passion, performance improvement for entrepreneurs or teams in business. You see our how, energetic, passionate communication and presenting of leading edge models, and our what, supporting entrepreneurs in growing their businesses, blah, blah, blah. So you can see it's there. Our how, our passion, our talent, and our economic model, or economic driver. And then that's articulated, you can see over there, in a hedgehog statement. So strategic focus is a boutique consultancy that helps leaders of growing companies reframe themselves, their teams, and their business for success by developing clarity and so on. So I have a very, very clear statement of where it is that we add value, what our passion is, what our talent is, what our economic driver is, and where it is that we add value in the world. And that's the first step in the model. The second step is inside out. And we know from previous videos, the inside out starts with why. So why do I get up in the morning? Why does the business exist? How? How do we conduct ourselves? What are our operating principles? And then our mission, what? What does we do? What's our major definite purpose? What's the key thing we're trying to accomplish? Again, referring to strategic focus as the case study that we're looking at here. Our vision, our why, to support entrepreneurs in becoming all they can be as they reframe themselves, their teams and their business for great success. And you can see our values there and our mission. Remember that all of this is available in the blog, so go on the website, download the blog, read it, and you can see it all for yourself, and you can have a printed example of the working model. Once the inside out exercise has been done and we've worked our way through the vision, the values and the mission, once I've got that articulated, I say, what are the strategic goals? What are the things I need to do to make that happen? And you see here I've a list of headings. Now, I have said in previous videos, and I hold this, 5 or 6 strategic objectives is more than adequate. I have a number of headings down here. I think I've got about 9 headings, but they're only sample headings for you. I, in fact, have completed 5 of them: team development, sales, marketing, products and services, and financials. And you can see here I start with a 5 to 10 year sort of mission. It's my 2020, in my particular case, 5 to 10 year goal way out there. So my team development, I want a world-class team. In 36 months, I want a complementary team of experts. In 12 months, I want my current relationships formalised. So I'm involved with a couple of different partners. I want to formalise those relationships, and so on. It would work its way down through 90 days, 30 days, and this week. And you can see that for the other goals. So what you end up there is with a very, very simple model, a 1-page model, where all your strategic thinking, all your focus and attention is on 1 page, and the context. So you've moved from purpose through priorities, right down to productivity. And then if you adopt my case in the last video where I talked about a weekly meeting, a weekly review, and learning from that, and learning to fail, taking action, learning to fail, gathering information, updating and modifying your plan on an ongoing basis, this becomes a powerful thinking tool for you. The second model you can see here is the same model, just reshaped differently. It's done as a PowerPoint slide. And the purpose of this model is to allow you in a peer review type of environment where perhaps you might meet with your team once a month, and everybody stands up for 15 minutes or 20 minutes and presents where they are on their 1-thing plan. And you can do one for each individual or each individual business unit, and do one for the total business. This gives you the opportunity to actually present and communicate that. I have a model that I use here for this peer review methodology that I'm discussing again in a different video series. So if you look at the first slide, the first slide starts with our hedgehog, just like the 1-page plan. It says, what's our passion, our world-class potential, our economic drive, and our denominator. And they're clearly articulated on the slide. The second slide talks about our inside out, our vision, our values, and our mission. So it clearly articulates in 3 boxes what those are. The third slide and thereafter is when we talk about strategic goals. So you can see in this slide, we talk about for a particular goal, so personal and professional development is the example that I put up there. We'd have a mission 2020 or mission 2025, whatever. It's 5 to 10 years out. We have a 36-month goal, 12, 90 days and 30 days. And then I have an update progress box where you have the opportunity for your monthly review to write down what was the update, what progress we made, what learning has taken place, and so on. So that's the model. It's very, very simple, very, very straightforward model. I encourage you to go and get the blog, download the blog. The models are there, clean and crisp for you. You can adopt them and adapt them to suit yourself. But I do encourage you to take the 1-thing planning, apply it to your business, and have continued success. Thank you.